from KK5 Nancy October. Well, thank you for the call and the comeback, my friend. The name on this side is Daryl. The name here is Daryl. It's Denmark Alpha Radio Echo Lima Lima. Daryl's the name. And the QTH, we're in the state of Arkansas. QTH Arkansas, it's Alpha Radio. And I'm on the western side of the state, near the Oklahoma border. So, back to you, my friend, the Ocean Nancy 8. And I'll give you a signal report this next go-around. Let me get a better look at the meter. Ocean Nancy 8, Echo India from KK5 Nancy Ocean.
Yeah, Roger on that, Daryl, and thank you very much for coming back to my call. Very nice to hear you. KK5NO, ON80I. Name is John, and you're 10 over 9, booming in Belgium, over.
Oh, real good there, John. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 5 and 9 plus 10. You were, I was sitting there writing stuff down. I didn't really look at the meter that closely there, but you're definitely hitting around S9 here, John, doing a very good job. In fact, there's a lot of people coming back, and you were definitely stronger than most by a long shot. But you're doing a great job this way. And working conditions here right now there, John, I'm using a Flex radio. It's a Flex 8400. And we're also running it into a 10-tech amplifier, 10-tech Titan. And about 800 whiskeys, 800 watts is the power right now. And otherwise, now we got, let's see here. Weather-wise, we got, should be about 80 degrees. 80 degrees Fahrenheit today, which should be our temperatures here. And it should be a pretty nice day overall there, John. And so, listen, I'll turn it back to you. Sorry, my voice is cracking up, but man, the pollen's still really bad right now as we're kind of getting into the fall time. But anyhow, back to you there, my friend. Ocean Nancy 8, Italy Echo from... Oh, I'm sorry, I got you messed up call here. Ocean Nancy 8, Echo Italy from KK5NO. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, perfect copy, Daryl. 10 over 9 all the way. Well, I'm using the, I don't know if it's called the Opposition, but I'm using the Apache and the 7000. The amp is a VK amp, power at the moment about 590 watts. The antenna is a 4-element delta loop for 10, and it's up about between 11 and 12 meters. So yeah, you're doing a great job out of Arkansas. And I see you like the mountain biking. I also like cycling. I cycle every day to work, and in the past I did a lot of long distance cycling. So if you get a moment, have a look at my QRZ page, and you'll see maybe 1 or 2 photos of me on my pedal cycle. So we've had a nice day. It started dull, but it got sunny, and I was out in the garden trying out an antenna, which I'll be taking down pretty soon, because it just isn't working. So I have a dipole up for 40 meters, and it's up about 16 meters above the ground at the apex. And I was trying to I put up a delta loop as well, but the dipole wins hands down. Over.
Oh, really? So what antenna do you have right now? What's your antenna for this band, John?
Yeah, it's a delta loop. It's a 4-element delta loop with a 6-meter boom, and it's up about between 11 and 12 meters. Over.
Oh, it's doing really good. I was watching that meter last go around there. You peaked at 5 and 9 plus 5 dB, 5, 9 plus 5 dB. That last over there, John. It's doing quite well, and very good on your radio there. And it's a good radio you got there. In fact, I do have the Apache Lab radio as well. In fact, I was on it just a little bit ago. I have the Anon G2 Germany 2, which I've not had that long. I've only had it for about a couple weeks, and I'm still playing around with it there. But I had it on for a long time. I thought I'd give it a break and play the Flex radio right now. But yeah, it's fun. The Thetis is fun, but it can get frustrating. I'll tell you what, sometimes it can get frustrating. And I got, but it's definitely definitely a nice radio, and I do like the Thetis software basically. So basically, if a radio works, Thetis, I think, and also the pure signal, I think it's a winner in my case there, John. But you're doing a great job this way. 5.9 plus 5 dB on the last go around there. So we'll turn it back your way there, and very good on the antennas. I hope that sometimes you just got to try them out, see which works better. I had speaking of wire antennas, I do have one up still now, but it's a random wire. It's about 140 foot fed with a ladder line, and it works quite well on all bands. And then I also had a vertical up, Hustler 5BTV, which works well. But mine did not do that great on 10. I was not happy with the performance on 10. And I don't know if it's because it was so low to the ground. It just didn't function all that well. I don't know. But 10 meters, it stunk. And 15, it didn't even do that great either. And I'm comparing it to the wire antenna. Beat the pants out of it. For 20 and 40, the vertical was better. But the wire antenna, excuse me, wire antenna was better on the 10 and 15 meter band. But there you go. But very good. I'll turn back to you there and let you continue on there. How you like your Anon? I don't know how long you've had your Anon radio, your SDR, but if you've had any other ones, let me know. I'm always interested in see what other people do, and also too curious of what speakers do you use on your 7000? I'm wondering. I don't know if the 7000 has a audio preamp in it built in or whatever, but the G2, I cannot use power speakers of the G2 because it's got an audio amplifier, so it's not recommended. So I just have to use regular speakers on that one. But kind of wondering what you use on your 7000. Now, if I remember right, on my 200 Delta when I had it, I used the power speakers on it, and they worked really good. So, back to you there, John. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo India from KK5NO.
Yeah, Roger, and that Daryl, and you were up to nearly 15 over on that one. Well, to answer you about the audio, I'm virtual. I always worked with VAC. So I'm just using, it's a kind of a complicated system. And when my son comes into the shack, he throws his eyes to heaven. But I've got the audio coming out of the computer. And for some reason, the computer sound card didn't work. So I got the idea of connecting a dongle with a sound card. And from that, I've got it wired into a €20 baby amplifier coming from the People's Republic, and then it's hooked up to 2 speakers. Sounds really good in my opinion, and a lot of people I record OBS recordings of my transmissions, and people say it sounds good, but people have also come to the shack and they say what I'm hearing as well sounds good. In previous times, I tended to use a lot of headphones, but in general, I only put the headphones on if the signal is right down in the bushes. So that's my sound. Nothing too well. It is complicated according to my son. Now the other thing is, Daryl, I also have the Hermes light. And I use that with an ACOM 1200S, and I get about 5 watts in and a kilowatt out. The attenuator was taken out of line, so the Hermes light is only for the ACOM 1200S. So and here's another thing, Daryl. If I had my time again and I knew what I know now, if I knew it then, for me, a perfect combination is a good solid state amp and a Hermes light. And back she goes to you, Daryl. KK5NO, ON80I in Belgium, over.
Okay, I'm good. I'm back here. Definitely, very good, very interesting there, John. So Okay, and I've heard this before, but I want to hear it from you because you got the first-hand experience, and yes, your audio is very good, and I got some more questions for you there too. But well, okay, let me throw this question out before I forget. My question is, using a VAC instead of a direct microphone connection, do you find it better, or it's just more convenient for you, or I'm just kind of curious to why you wouldn't feed your microphone directly into the radio instead of VAC. So, but I've heard a lot of people use VAC, and it's interesting. Now, I have used the Hermes Light. I've used it. I've also used the Apache Lab 10 Echo. But I've heard more and more people just say they just pretty much will stick to the Hermes Light. It's interesting. And you know, that amplifier does work out really well with these that radio you got there, driving 5 watts, making that power work like that. That's the way to do it there. Otherwise, you kind of have to have a second amplifier, a little baby amplifier to kick it up to 40 watts, then drive your bigger amplifier, and that's kind of ridiculous, I think. But sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do, right? But yeah, the Hermes Light's pretty good, and so my second question to you is, after the back question, is so you're really thinking that you're not seeing a lot of receiving capability difference between the Hermes and your 7000. Now, I know the only difference between probably my radio and any other radio is, and same with yours, is we do have diversity receive. The Hermes Light doesn't have 6 meters, nor does it have diversity. I haven't even tried using diversity yet, so I don't even know. I'll probably eventually get around to it, but I haven't tried it yet, and I don't really know how to use it, to be honest with you. So I have to read up on it and see how it's supposed to work. But I heard it works really well, and it's something to. So that's kind of what I'm gonna have to play with later, is check out the diversity. But anyhow, I'm gonna turn it back to you there, and see if you can confirm that again about the Hermes, because I've heard that many times over, and a lot of folks have just sold off their other radios and just kept the Hermes Light, and that Hermes Light's pretty well heck of a good radio. There's no doubt about it. So then back to you there, John. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo India from KK5NO.
Yeah, Roger on that, Daryl. All copied. Okay, to do with the VAC. When I got the Apache first, just out of the box, I plugged in a €10 computer straight in on the front, and that worked fine. And I probably could be still on it, but I got into the VAC, and I'm not a poet, but I got into the VAC, and I never looked back. So I kept with that. So what I'm using now, and I think I have it maybe a year or more, it's a $40 microphone called a Fiduce. And I was listening to a guy on, I don't know what band he was at, 40 meters, but I was listening to him on a live stream, and he was using the Fiduce with the Hermes Light. He sounded great. Now, he did have the pipes. I don't have the pipes. I've got a kind of a sharp, trebly voice. But he sounded great. So as soon as I finished listening to him, I ordered one. And that works out great because it's a USB-C mic with a cable. And there's also XLR. So you have the two options. The drivers are included on the mic. So once you plug it into the computer sees it. And within a few minutes, you're up and running. Now, I have a pal of mine in West Virginia, Whiskey Alpha 3 Ocean. Have a look at his website or his QRZ page if you get a moment. Great home brewer, and he's got a lovely photo of his SDR or even his solid state amplifier. So I was telling him about the Hermes Light a few years ago. He got one, and as soon as he got it, he sold the 7000. Over.
wow. Oh wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, I've heard. I've listened to people. I've actually listened to people use both, and you can't tell any difference. So that's the other thing, and I keep hearing that from others as well. The only downside for me, but maybe I could work around it. The only downside for me was that just the 5 watts. I just couldn't get my full power. That's the only thing that that kind of knocked me out of it there. Other than that, actually, Pure Signal works better on it than other ones too, by the way. And that's another question too. On your Hermes light, did you on the next over? Did you hook the Pure Signal up? And I just had a Hermes light not that long ago, and I sold it only because I just got too much radio stuff, and it's too much clutter. And now I've already got the G2, so I'm kind of stuck in that now. but anyhow, the Hermes is definitely a heck of a good radio. Now you mentioned that thing that you for the microphone for the VAC, the unit that you used to go from the XLR to the computer. What was that unit again called, John? Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. The microphone. Maybe you're referring to Daryl. The microphone, and if you write it down and then do a search later, you'll find it. But if you do go and pick it up, it is a great mic. If you do go and pick it up, make sure you have the version, and they only cost about $40. The one that has USB-C and XLR. Over.
Oh, okay. Okay. Which one and what model is that? Which one do I need to get?
I think it's called the SL. It's probably on my QRZ page. So have a look at that when you get a moment. I think it's called the SLA 40 or something like that. I can look myself, but if you have a look at my QRZ page, you'll see a picture of it. So as mentioned, the one that has USB-C and XLR, that's vital if you're going to be using it with the computer. So it just plugs it straight in. And as regards Pure Signal, I use the Pure Signal on the Hermes Light. Now, thanks to my good friend Whiskey Alpha 3 Ocean, I wasn't making it, wasn't getting it working to my satisfaction, and he says you have to adjust the ATT on the left hand side on the lower part. So every band and power you have to adjust it, but I stick normally to about 500, 550. So I've adjusted it. So now the Pure Signal on the Hermes Light works perfect. I didn't have to do that with the Apache. It just seemed to work out of the box. And I didn't make the coupler. I just got it from a company where I got the amp from, the VK amp. Now the VK amp at the moment, I think I'm putting in about 10 watts in, and I'm getting about just under 600, 550, 590 with it. So all in all, if I had, by the way, I have the Shack with the 2 radios. On the right, it's the Apache. On the left, it's the Hermes Light. And 1 week I use the Hermes, and the next week I use the Apache. So I've got one more day of the Apache, and then I'll be doing a week with the Hermes. Over.
Okay, real good, real good. Well, that's kind of what I try to do too, is try to flip-flop the radios around, and I like them all, and but I do like the software best. Okay, I really do, because I like where you can customize your screen and all that stuff there. You can't really do that with Flex, unfortunately. That's what they need to work on next. They need to work on different screens that you can, different meters you can add and all that kind of stuff. They need to do that eventually. And Flex is really pushing. They are making a lot of changes, and they're coming around pretty good. And they're still a very, very solid outfit. And I really do like their product. So it's very good. So there's so many good products out there now. I mean, it's, you pick whatever you want to pick, but they're all really good. But it's amazing. It's amazing that technology from that Hermes light has been out for a long time now. Actually, it started out with Apache Lab coming out with that board, and then Hermes got one of them boards and did whatever they did to it, and it's amazing. It's amazing what they've done. I'm just baffled. But yeah, I am baffled by that little bitty box, that little square box that weighs nothing, and that is that powerful, that can really power up the Thetis like it does. It's totally amazing, and quite amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna get into some other stuff there. The G2 has its own operating system. It's a Raspberry Pi operating system, and I haven't tried that yet. I'm kind of afraid to, but I do kind of want to get into that a little bit and try it out and see how it works. I'll have to look at some YouTubes on it first to make sure I know what I'm doing. But I can get around the computer pretty good, but I'm not no computer expert by any means. I'm pretty dumb compared to some of these guys that they walk around this stuff pretty good, especially with the audio. These guys are so good with their audio on the USB type audio and back and all that stuff, and I'm pretty dumb when it comes to that, but I'm learning. That's why I got this stuff, is I wanted to learn. John. Well, thank you for that info. It's quite amazing. Well, you pretty much have to use back on the Hermes light, and that's where I use the back, is on the Hermes light. And what I got for a microphone when I was using it was the Blue Yeti, which works really good on it. Actually, it does a good job. But I used the Blue Yeti for the Hermes light. But I did want to use some other microphones, so I in the future kind of want to try some different microphones with the if I ever do get a Hermes again. I don't know that I will or not. But anyhow, I still got. I'm down to 3 radios, and I got a lot of vintage stuff that I'm definitely getting rid of. But I have a ICOM 7300 for knob radio, but that's the only knob one I have right now there, John. Hey, let me turn back to make sure copy's still good. ON8EI from KK5NO.
Yeah, no, you're still coming in great. A tiny bit of QSB. I'm making a recording of this, so I'll send you the link, and you'll hear how good you sound. And by the way, Daryl, I use NR2 all the time. Now I know there's people out there, they never touch NR2, they don't like it, but all the time, because if you don't have the NR2 off, you have that kind of hashy sort of noise, and it becomes tiring. So with the NR2, and there's no artifacts with it, it sounds like FM radio. And the other thing, Daryl, is I'm on software from about 2 years ago, and I have the same software on the Apache that I have on the Hermes Light. Now, on the Hermes Light, there's a little fork or whatever to make the Hermes Light work with the Thetis software from that guy in GI0BOT. He's the guy that made it all work. But anyway, I have software of 2 years ago, and I won't be changing it because it's rock solid, doesn't give any trouble. And I have if 1 or 2 pals, they say, "Oh, get the latest one, get the latest." No, I'm like a dinosaur here in this shack. Although the radio and everything looks nice, once something works, Daryl, I leave it alone. And the profile that I'm using is something also from about 2 years ago that a pal of mine in Ireland, DI5KP, he set it up in about 10 days, or I was going to say 10 days, about 10 minutes. He just sent me a screenshot, do this and that. So in general, maybe another guy did a tiny tweak, but then I went back to what he gave me. So back she goes to you, and interesting that you have the Flex and you have the G2. But as I would say, and I've said it again, if I knew all this now, for me, a Hermes light and a solid state amplifier, that's all you need. If you have a few pennies in the bank or wherever, you could pick up something like a even a secondhand Mercury. Over.
Yeah. I really do want one of those, to be honest with you. I in the worst way, want one of those Mercury amplifiers. I was on the waiting list for one, and I pulled it, but only because I got these other two amplifiers, and I thought, well, man, I'll probably be having a hard time selling them, and I don't like shipping them now. I mean, I have, and I can pretty well pack them pretty well, but I'm not fond of shipping these big, heavy amplifiers through the mail and risk the damage on them. And it's something I'd probably rather take to a ham fest or have somebody pick it up locally and let them try it out even, go that direction, because it's pretty risky there. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I really do want one of those those amplifiers, and I may just I don't know, I may just get back on his wait list and just go ahead and pull the trigger and get one. Just go ahead and do it. Probably should, because I'm getting lazy, and I like things automatic, and that thing there is like you don't have to worry about tuning from band to band, and that's the good thing about that. And plus the fact that you can program it to run low power and like the Hermes, and it'll kick it in. So heck, it'll probably run at good 500 like you're doing, and that's pretty much all you need. I'm okay with just 500 watts, to be honest with you. 500 watts is just fine. It'll do the job there for sure there, John. But yeah, you sound really good though. But well, I'll tell you this, John, you might want to think about this now. If you're really thinking that way, between the 7,000 and the Hermes. But of course, you got two radios now, and I think it's good to have two. You need a backup just in case one goes down. One has an issue. You don't want to be without a radio. But I'm just thinking for you right now. Those 7,000s, any of those old Apache Labs are still hot commodity, and a lot of people like them. So just food for thought there. But anyhow, very interesting talk there, and thank you for doing that link and everything there, John. By the way, I'll check that out. But yeah, this like I said, the Flex Radio does a good job. I mean, it's pretty much all I need, but I just didn't like the thought of not having the Theta software too, because I do like the screens, and I do like the pre-distortion on the Apaches a little bit better. They do have them on the Flex now. In fact, I am running it, but it's only half good because it'll work for the transceiver, but I can't hook up the pre-distortion with my amplifier. So it'll still, it still helps. Definitely still helps, but it's not the full-blown adaptive pre-distortion until you run it, from the amplifier, of course. But anyhow, there you go. I'm rambling on, but yeah, you got me excited because of all the things you're telling me here. So I like talking about stuff like this. Go ahead, John. ON8EI KK5NO.
Yeah, Roger, on that, Daryl, all noted. And just going back to diversity, yeah, I tried it just as a, just testing it, but I didn't need it, so that's I don't bother with it, but it does work, so that's one thing. And I'm just wondering, was there anything else of interest to tell you about it? Yeah, my son he made a few apps for me, and one of them. He made something on, I don't know if you're familiar with GitHub, but I always liked the skins. And for me, they were very hard to do. I could never get them to do. And I'd go down to the living room, I'd say, I need some help. And he'd say, is it thetas? And I'd say, yes, it is. And then he'd do the skin that I wanted. So he could do that like in under 2 minutes. I could be there 2 days and I still wouldn't have figured it out. So he made me a little application. I think it's on my QRZ page, and it makes making a skin. You can make a skin, a new skin on your background within 20 seconds. Over.
Okay, now you gave me some good information again there, because I have that same problem. I'm not too good about that at all. Definitely not good about that. In fact, a little frustrated yesterday. I was sitting there
Is anybody using this
working around with
frequency?
the
Frequency is in use, but thanks for asking.
some updates
Thank
on
you.
my meters and all that kind of stuff there. And there's one meter that I like that I saw another guy have. It was like a bar meter. I'll have to. What I'll do is I'll have to download it on my computer, and then give you a. What I'll do is I'll download it on my computer, and I'll send you a picture of it, and maybe you can tell me how to get it. But I did not see it in the options at all. In fact, I went through them all. I kind of went through one by one trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know where he got it at or how he even installed it. But there's a certain. It was a bar graph meter that displayed whatever you wanted. It displayed the power, the ALC and so on, all that kind of stuff there. And I really wanted that one, only because it took up a lot less space than the old. You could put an analog type meter on there, which I do like that too still, but it's a lot bigger. But and it kind of covers the screen up a little bit there. So, but there's so many. I noticed, and this is from just looking at some YouTubes and stuff. I noticed how everybody else has got theirs set up, and we do have some pretty good, inventive, and guys that really know their way around that kind of stuff there. And I'm like you. I don't. As far as the skins go, I will take your advice on that. Send me whatever you got on that, or I'll go on your website and check it out anyhow, and see how to do that, because I'm like you. I'm not very good at those skins. John, go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, anyway, he made that and worked out well. Yeah, I have some bars here now. You've probably seen some YouTube ones where people fill the screen full of meters. I have zero interest in that. I have the two clocks, the local and the UTC. I have a power meter on it, so I'm just looking at the power meter, about 10 watts on the power meter, and then I have the ALC, which is just under the zero. So that's the bar meters, and then you'll see this on the video when I send you the link. Then I have the analog one that looks like the Kenwood meter down in the middle. And then a little bit to the right, I have the SWR meter. And the final thing that I have, including the stretched out pure signal correcting line or bar, I have the Magic Eye, which I was, as a young boy, I was in love with the Magic Eye. Over.
Okay, now you got me on that too. Okay, what you mentioned, all the stuff you have for meters, I totally agree with you, and I'm going to knock out some of my other ones too, because I got too much, and I don't need all that. I don't like it blocking up the whole or making a big mess. I really have the screen a little bit more streamlined and clean. Okay, now tell me, what does that eye do? What does it do? I put it on there, but what does it do? Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, when it's when you have a full signal, it's a full green eye. But I don't know if you remember, valve radios from 30, 40, 60, 70 years ago. The valve radios, they had a magic eye, and that was the signal meter. Over.
Oh, really? So what? So it gives you meter reading like on receive and then on transmit. It does both. Go ahead.
It does it on receiving. When I transmit it, it goes it grays out, but when I unkey it, it comes on, and when I have a full signal, it joins up. But have a look at when you get a moment. Maybe make a note of this. Have a look at Valve Radio Magic Eye, and you'll see they'll demo it. And that I just loved when I was young. One of my neighbors was throwing out a beautiful Valve radio with beautiful sound, and I was a huge listener, especially to the AM stations in Ireland and around Europe. And I just loved watching that green Magic Eye especially when one of the stations was fluttering, and it would just kind of go up and down. Over.
Okay, yeah, I got to try that out. Okay, that's a good idea. I got that all written down. I'll check it out and see a demo of it, what it was supposed to do, and all that kind of stuff. I saw that on there on the downloads, and I did download it briefly, but I thought, well, what does this do? I mean, I've never heard of that, never seen it, and thank you much for telling me about what it does and so on. I had no clue what that was. Like I said, I put it on there and I said, well, what's this? Since I didn't know, I just took it out. But I'll have to try that out. It's interesting. But I'm going to go ahead and look at a video on it there and see see how it works. But interesting stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's good stuff. There's a ham on here, John, that and he was a W2. I should have locked in his call, but when we were talking about VAC and stuff, this guy was super knowledgeable about how to use microphones with VAC and all that stuff there. And he mentioned to me he got an outboard unit, and I got one because I'm probably eventually going to try it out, but I do have one. It's called a Scarlett. My model is a 2i2, and you can hook up your microphones to it, do adjustings, and it goes right in. And then, of course, the cable goes from the Scarlett to the USB. And I haven't tried it out yet, but I am going to do that eventually. But that's how he used different microphones without having to plug them into his computer. He used this other deal, and I got one. They're not that expensive. They maybe are now, but I got mine. I've had mine for a couple of years now. And I've never tried it out, but I do eventually want to. I think probably when I retire and have more time, because man, this stuff takes time, to do and set up and so on. My G2, oh my gosh, I'm still not totally set up on it. I'm still not really. I don't think I'm really satisfied with my audio yet on that thing. I luckily when I bought an old used 200 a while back. And the guy still had his settings on there for his microphone settings, and man, he had that audio tweaked up really good. Everything was good, the CFC compression, everything fully in there, working real good. And I'm trying to duplicate that, but I just can't remember all the settings. There's just too many. And he had them loaded up in there, so there wasn't you didn't have to go through all that stuff. They're already kind of preloaded, and I can't find that. And they may be on somebody might already have a bunch of pre-settings that you can put on your Apache radio. But anyhow, the audio was set up really good. I mean, it was perfect. I got so many glowing reports on that older Apache. That was amazing. I've never got that many audio reports from that one ever. And I'm trying to hope to duplicate the same thing on the G2, but the G2 is a totally different radio than some of these other ones. So anyhow, eventually I'll get to that, but I haven't got to that yet. And I'm sure there's some other settings I haven't really set up properly either. So I got to fine tune it. There's just too many options out there, John. Let me turn back to you. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo India KK5NO.
Yeah, Roger, Daryl, KK5NO ON8EI. All noted on what you said. Yeah, there's so much, and it's all there. Or you don't have to use it if you don't want it. But the great thing is, it's not like the normal type radios. You can make it to your own image. So sometimes people, they don't do much, and others do loads of things. And I used to have two computers, one for the Apache and one for the Hermes Lite. And then my son said, no, forget all that. So I just have one computer that runs the two radios. So I have a separate power meter, separate amp for the radios, but the rest is the same. And as we mentioned earlier about the Hermes Lite and the Apache, when I come on speaking to people that I know, they don't know which radio I'm on. Over.
That's crazy. Well, I've heard a guy do the same thing. There's some guys that get together on the 20 meter band And guy's got the same radio as you. He's got the 7000 and the Hermes, and he switches around back and forth. And yeah, you're right. As far as audio goes, I cannot tell a difference. There is no difference. You see, it's all, what it comes down to is that the software is so dang good. That software is just totally amazing because there's no way you would think that little bitty radio that Hermes can do what it does. You think there's just no way it can compete with some of these other radios, but yeah, it's right up there, and it's got a good receiver and everything. So give it to the guy that the main guy. I have to look him up again. I forgot his name, but the main guy that worked on the Thetis program, he keeps putting stuff in there too. Guy's a genius, man. In my opinion, he's a genius, and he's a great gift for all those ham radio operators. But that Thetis software just kicks butt. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's a professor, and he's I think it's Warren, and I have to I can't remember his second name, but anyway, he's a professor, and I think there's that other guy in Wales, Richie, and he helps out as well. I remember one time when he introduced the meters, I sent him an email. I said, I'm happy to send you some money for bringing those meters, because that was icing on the cake. And he said, no, save your money. I'm just doing it as a as a service to the operators. So that's it, Daryl. I'm going to go down now and get a cup of tea. And the other thing is, I was out in the garden and I came up to the shack just to test that Delta loop, but I think I'm going to be taking it down. It doesn't serve my purpose, so I'll just wind it up and put it back in the big plastic box with all the other wire antennas that I've used in the past. But that's the thing about this hobby. It's everyone has their own viewpoint on it. But you sometimes come up to the shack to test something for 5 minutes, and 2 hours later you're in the shack. And another great thing, Daryl, and young people say, well, why are you using those radios? You can just use your phone. Here's the thing, Daryl. You never know who you're going to meet. Over.
Yeah, and that's you, and that's not all. Yeah, that's not the case. We tinker, and this is radio. This is not. We're not using a fixed. We're using the atmosphere and antennas. Antennas make our difference there. We're not having to use satellites or you're right, satellite or the cell towers and stuff like that. There, that's too boring. That's too easy. That's the easy way to do it. We want a bit of a challenge, and that's the thing. And that's why we're hams. We like the challenge. We love playing with the audio. You can't play with no audio on a cell phone or a phone like that. You can't play with audio. Can't have these good-looking screens that we got now. You can't do any adjusting. You would have no antennas. It would be quite literally boring. Just totally boring. And for a hard working guy that comes home, or even the retired guy that wants to get on and do a little hobby, this is it, man. You get to solder stuff, build stuff, and it's still. Even though this hobby has been in the books for a long time, it's still one hell of a hobby, and it doesn't appease to everybody, but it's still a good one, and I stay up to date on all this stuff, and try to anyhow, and I still like this hobby. I've been in that for a long time, probably just like you, and I still love it just as much. But the thing is, the knob radios kind of I got tired of playing with them, so I said, well, I need something a little bit more right now. Besides that, and I want to go the SDR route for a little bit and try them out. So there you are. So there's many opportunities in that area too. But it's all good, man. It's all very, very good. And yes, you're right about the guy at the GI0 station. Yes, Richie. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he put a lot into it. In fact, that's his software that for the Hermes on that, and that works really, really well. But hey, I better let you go, man, John. See, you shouldn't have tried to test out your antenna with me. See what you get. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I see on your QRZ page, you're in the transport industry. Well, for my sins, and you'll know this vehicle that I drive. I'll tell you what they call it in the States. I drive a yard horse. Over.
Really? Okay, I know exactly what that is. Yep, I'll be darned. I've been in this industry the trucking business for a long time, and yeah, they call it different stuff here too. And that's funny. That's funny. In fact, I'll tell you what. One of the guys, my other hobby is I do a lot of mountain biking. I love it. And one of the other guys that I mountain bike with, he works at one of the terminals, and that's what he does too. That's exactly what he does, and he's been doing that forever. But he's finally just retired this year, and now he's got all the time he wants to do whatever he wants to do. But that's what he was doing. So yep, I know exactly what that is. Wait, let me let you go, and please give me a call. I'll look up all this stuff. I'm gonna look up your stuff and your website and everything, and that other guy, and see his stuff he has, his layout and everything. And we'll keep in touch. And like I say, I'll show you that bar meter stuff. That may be the stuff you already have, and you can tell me real simply how to do it. But anyhow, 73 John, take care, my friend. I'm gonna go grab me some more coffee. Ocean Nancy 8, Echo India, KK5NO.
Yeah, Roger. Well, just two things just before you go. The guy that had been doing it forever and just retired, is he very old? Because, was he something like 75? Over?
No. He's not going to be like us. See, I'm 68 and I'm still working. 68 and still working. No, he may be 65. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. No, I came across a guy that had been kind of working forever, and then he recently retired. Okay, yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, and the other thing is, we don't call them yard horses. We call them yard hogs. And I remember I've been, driving one of those for nearly 30 years. And the first one we had was an Ottawa that was made in Texas. And then we moved on and we got a European versions, Terbergs from Holland. So we've seen a lot of changes. And in the old days, we'd go into the office to get our papers, and sometimes you could have an hour's break because they weren't writing up the papers. But now it's I will tell you something, and you know it, just in time, and also we have a screen. So all the work comes in, and in the beginning, there's 3 business units, and we just worked for our own business unit. But no, now we're working for all 3. So we never get a chance to catch our breath, from the time we start to the time we finish. And they also know exactly where you are and what you're doing. So what I do, so there's no confusion or anything like that, I have a notebook. So if I'm stuck because of some reason, air in the trailer or whatever, or there's an issue, I write it down on my book. So if the lady, the dragon, if she has a question about, well, what happened between that time and that time, I have my notebook. Over.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's come a long ways. You're right. Come a long ways now as far as getting the equipment to hook up and so on. Yeah, we've gone to all the dock workers and drivers and everybody. They all have these PDAs now. PDAs, just like a phone basically, and we send them information and stuff, what to do and so on. Yeah, when I was out in the field and first started out, and they still call it this too. Ours is called yard goats. How about that? Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, anyway, yard hogs, yard goats, yard horses. Anyway, and I was going to say something. Yeah, well, we're using now. We used to use the IBM DS400. We had those in the cabs, but now since about 3 or 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years, We have an American system, and it's called PINC, P-I-N-C, over.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one. We're linked up with Samsara. We use Samsara as our software. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't know that one, but I remember listening to the radio, the radio news, and they said there was an outage with Amazon's server unit, because Amazon make their a lot of money with the servers and the whole lot, and amazing, there was an outage on that, and our system didn't work. Over.
I'll be darned. I don't know that we even have a backup if something happens like that to us, and that can easily happen. We've had some issues that it goes down, but they're usually good about getting it back online real quick. So I don't know if there's a backup in place or not, because I don't usually use their system that much. But very, very interesting. Well, we'll talk some more later if we can chat along. We got too many subjects to talk about. But I'm gonna go grab me some more coffee and get right back here for a little bit, because I got a lot of things I gotta do. Get cleaned up and ready for work tomorrow. I gotta go back to work tomorrow, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm taking a vacation after that. But my friend, let you go, and you need to get away anyhow. So I'll look all this stuff up here, John, and been a great QSO, a really good one. And I never thought we'd get into all these subjects here just for you checking out your antenna. But we did. I had the hiccups. I'm sorry. 73 and all the very best, my friend. I'll talk to you soon. And I'll go grab me some coffee. Ocean Nancy 8 Echo India from KK5 Nancy, Ontario. 73, my friend.
Yeah, Roger on that, Daryl. And I'll just leave you on one final point. So my son, he also made me another system, and I have all my favorite Kiwi SDRs at the drop of a hat. And I mean, I can be with my phone, sitting, wherever, and I can be on a Kiwi SDR that really works within 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. I can be listening. And what I can do is I can have that on, in my truck. Some people listen to the radio, but I listen to guys. You hear guys on 7138. I hear them in the midday, and then I hear guys at night on 7135. So it's great. And isn't it amazing to think, I'm in my truck or in my car, and I'm listening to guys halfway around the world, even guys in Australia, courtesy of the SDRs. So that's it. Okay, wishing you well. Great conversation. We keep in touch. I'll send you that link. Over.
Yeah. I'll be looking for that. I'll get on here later, check that out, and I got to. In case I don't see what I'm looking for, I'm gonna show you a picture of it anyhow. But we'll be in touch here, John. 73, my friend. Thank you very much. Very, very interesting there. But we'll carry on some more. The 10-year ban should be good for at least a couple of years anyhow. It should be longer than that, but we'll give it that anyhow. And it should be good at least until December, hopefully. January would be better yet. But gosh, this ban is still the very best ban. Take care, my friend. And we'll talk to you soon. Again, Ocean Nancy 8 EI, KK5NO.
Yeah, Roger Darrell, great QSO. Really enjoyed it. KK5NO, ON80I in Belgium. Till the next time, over.
Yep, bye-bye, my friend.
Kilo Golf 6 Sugar Victor Foxtrot.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab some coffee. Be right back. Temporarily QRT.
Yeah, Daryl, I'll just say hello to the Kilo Fox 6, over.
Yeah, go ahead. Say hi to them. Go ahead. Stay on here. I got at least be about 5-10 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. The Kilo Fox 6, go ahead. ON80I in Belgium, over.
Kilo Golf 6 Sugar Victor Foxtrot.
Okay, Kilo Golf 6 and the rest, over.
Sierra Victor Foxtrot, Santiago Victoria Foxtrot, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, good signal. I'll give you a report on the next go round. Name is John, located in the village of Ham, like Ham Radio in Belgium. So back she goes to you. Kilo Golf 6, Sierra Victor Fox, Oscar November 8, Echo India. Over.
Oscar November 8, Echo India. John, good day to you, sir. I've been listening for probably the last 10 minutes. Beautiful signal. My name is Dave. Delta Alpha Victor Echo 59 plus out here about 90 miles east of San Francisco. Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're doing a great job in San Francisco. 5 and 8 with me, and nice to hear you. Well, at one stage in my career, I lived in Redwood Estates in Los Gatos. Over.
I am familiar with Los Gatos. That was not that far from my home QTH out by the San Francisco airport. I am familiar with it. And I've been listening because I had to laugh and listen to you guys real good. I'm also a retired truck driver, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Well, join the club. Yeah, I've been driving that. I don't know what they call them in San Francisco. Maybe they call it a tug, but I've been driving one of those for nearly 30 years. Over.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, like the other gentleman was saying, yeah, yard haulers, yard dogs, whatever. I know exactly what you are hooked up with. I was most of my driving career, if you will, was all corrugated and or some form of paper product, Roger.
Yeah, Roger on that, David. By the way, David, the radio on this side is an Apache. It's the 7000. The power at the moment is about 535 watts, and the antenna is a 4-element delta loop. Over.
Hey, Roger, sounds real good, real good. I am running a FTDX 3000 with the MD100 desk mic, all factory default settings on the audio. It's all antenna here. I have a 50-foot RON 25 with a M-square KK34 pointing out your way.
Yeah, Roger was certainly doing a great job. And another thing, David, my uncle, no, he wasn't my uncle, my cousin, he lived in Burlingame. Over.
Burlingame, is that Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, he lived in Burlingame with his wife. Now they're gone to meet their maker. But yeah, I visited them a few times in the past. Over.
Oh, Roger, yes, Burlingame. That's even closer to my home QTH, which was South San Francisco. Not connected to San Francisco, but South San Francisco. Then there was San Bruno, Uruguay, and Burlingame cities in between, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. And there's another guy that I used to talk to on a regular basis in San Francisco on 20 meters. He was originally Irish, but if you heard his voice, he sounded Irish. And he had a call sign that he was given to by the FCC. And I don't know, I think there was a story that they wanted it back, but he wouldn't give it. And he was K6 Kilo 6 Sierra Echo X-ray. Over.
Yeah, no wonder they wanted it back. Oh, dude, yeah, you don't hear too many interesting call signs like that. Okay, John, I just wanted to say hello. I don't get on 10 meters that often, but I'm going to be doing that a lot more lately. I haven't been on the radio that much over the last year. Had some personal things going on health-wise with my wife, but I'm going to try and get back into the radio. You take care. Good to hear you. You sounded real good out here. I just got you up on the KZ page, pointed my antenna right at you. It came up a little bit, but not much. But doggone, you sounded real good out here on the West Coast. Oscar November 8, Echo India, Kilo Golf 6.
Yeah, Roger on that, David. Okay, well, David, thank you very much. Really nice to have you in my log. And look forward to another conversation with you sooner than later. So till the next time, enjoy your morning and evening time here. Local time here, David, is about 25 past 7 in the evening. So we'll keep in touch on the radio, I hope. Kilo Golf 6, Sierra Victor Fox, Oscar November 8 Echo India in Belgium, David, over.
Roger.
Hello, John.
25 a.m. Saturday here. Take care, enjoy. Get some more contacts out there. I know there's people waiting.
Yeah, okay. Bye-bye, David. And I'm just wondering, Daryl, are you back, over?
Hello, Little John.
Hello, Big John, over.
Can you hear me on 10 meters?
Oh, no, I'm listening to you on 40. Of course I can. You sound great, over.
Yeah, you're loud. You were louder a minute ago. I keep diagnosing the radio here, trying to figure out if there's something wrong here. But you were like almost 20 over, and now you're only S9. So I guess it's just the band. But I don't hear you on 10 very often. I think it's the first time I've worked you on 10. So you're still 5'9" here. ON80I, VY2YY.
Yeah, VY2YY, ON80I. Real pleasure to hear you. And you know the way the audio sounds different on 10 than it does on 40. Listening to you on 10 now, John, you sound that you're very close. You sound like you're in the next village. 5 and 9 at the moment, over.
Yep, you're 5'9" here as well. And you wouldn't believe the antenna I'm using. But anyway, it works well enough to at least make contact, Roger?
Oh, it certainly does. But I think you have that salty water, which makes all the difference. I don't know if you know the antenna that I'm using on this band, over.
No, what are you using?
Yeah, well, thank you for that. It's a 4-element delta loop with a 6-meter boom, over.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Which way is it pointing?
Yeah, North America. It's pointing at from my location around 330 degrees, over.
Yeah, you're rocking in here. I don't know. It's just it sounds really strong. You're stronger than most of all the other signals on the band for sure, John. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Well, that's good to hear because it actually took me a lot of work. I originally got a 3-element one and I wasn't happy with it and I was going to sell it. And a pal of mine said, no, try an extra element. And that made all the difference, over.
Yeah, you're low out of signal on my passband right now. I'm looking at about 100 kcs and nothing even close to your signal level here, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Well, that's good to hear. That's music to my ears, over.
Well, it should be. That's excellent. Well, I heard that you might be doing something with delta loops. Are you putting one on 40?
I did, and it's going back in the plastic box where all the wires are. That was a total waste of space, over.
Okay, you tested it and you didn't like it?
Oh no! Back to the. Well, I didn't take down the dipole. The dipole stays, and yeah, you might be the right person. Mike, he did some software simulations, and he said that for a director, I had to go with a boom of a spacing of about 4.5 meters. Now, that's no good. Just out of curiosity, if the spacing was 9 meters or 10 meters, any idea how that would go for a director, over?
Wow. That's a lot. Are you talking about 40 meters?
Roger.
9 meters versus what was the other amount?
Yeah, 4.5, over.
Yeah, 4.5 sounds about right. Yeah, that's pretty wide. I just don't think you'd get much coupling with that much space, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, you know, I don't know how big your garden is, but mine is okay. But I think I've kind of filled the garden full of antennas, over.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Well, I don't know. I've tried a lot of things here, and very few things have ever beat on 40 the OptiBeam 240, which is what Mike has on his 12.6. It's the same thing, really. And I just can't keep the thing up in the air here. It's just too much winds here. We get really severe storms in the fall and winter, and so even an occasional hurricane. I'm sure you've heard the sad story, but anyway, it's on the ground, and I'm using the 2-element vertical now, which is okay. It's down about 8 to 10 dB from the Optibeam. I know how the Optibeam used to perform. I can remember, and at one time I even had the vertical up and the Optibeam at the same time, single element vertical. But the extra parasitic only gives you about 3.5 dB anyway. So anyway, somebody's dinging me. Good to hear you here on 10 meters. I just rarely ever operate up here, and one of the reasons is I don't have a real antenna for 10, and this antenna is a pathetic excuse. It's a very high angle radiator, and it only will really work on certain kind of wave angles that are needed certain times on the band, and not much low angle. But you're hearing me, so that's something. Back to you, VY2YY.
Yeah, Roger on that, John. And were you speaking with Captain Mike today, over?
No, he got in late, and he's flying back commercial today. So, no, he probably wouldn't be on, I don't think. He's probably leaving very soon now, if he hasn't already left, to head back. But he'll get in very late also.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Well, John, I was telling two callers ago, I was saying I was going to leave the shack. And funny thing, John, I came up to test the Delta Loop, and that was, maybe an hour and a half ago. And it was meant to be a 5-minute test, and I'm still here, over.
How about that?
Big signal in Montreal.
Is that what you're talking on right now?
Oh, no, I'm on the Delta Loop. No, yeah, well, the Delta Loop. But I was testing a 40-meter Delta Loop, over.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. I have no experience with Delta Loops. I've never put one up. I've never put up a quad loop, and I've never put up a horizontal loop. So I just don't. I've never played with them. But I can tell you that they work well on 160 if you can get if you have a nice tall tower and you can get them up pretty high, 540 feet of wire or whatever it is. That's a lot. But if you can get it up pretty high and vertically feed it for vertical polarization, I know they work well because I know a fellow that used one from New Jersey, and he worked anything he could hear on 160, no problem.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, that's maybe something for another day. When I'm on 160, I use about 43 meters of wire. Quite a simple system, and one earth rod on the how can I say, the outer coax, just hammered into the ground, and that's amazing. That's broadbanded for about 2 megs. Now it's probably very inefficient, but it works back to the UK and Echo India. But John, I'm going to go back. I like to bring in all the bits before darkness comes. So I might hear you later on tonight on 40, over.
Yeah, it might be on 20 or 40. We'll see you there. It's good to catch you on a different band. Okay, John. Pick up all the pieces and get it sorted, and we'll see you later. ON8EI VY2YY.
Yeah, thank you, John. Great speaking with you, and we'll talk soon. The frequency is now clear. ON8EI. Bye bye, John. Over.
73.
Both you guys sure sound